Hello, I'm Betsy Urbance, General Counsel and Vice President of Legal Services here at your Illinois Realtors. You are probably becoming aware today of the news that the United States Supreme Court has denied NAR's motion or petition, if you want to be legally correct, to review the appellate court decision saying that the Department of Justice could reopen an investigation that it had earlier agreed to close with the National Association of Realtors. That's a mouthful. What does it mean? How did we get here? What does it mean to every one of you, our Illinois Realtors members? A few years ago, the DOJ, the Department of Justice, entered an investigation into NAR's practices with regard to cooperation of MLS participants and payment of other brokers, as well as the transparency surrounding those brokerage commissions. NAR entered into discussions with the Department of Justice and made an agreement that they would change certain of its policies in exchange for DOJ ceasing that investigation. The agreement was reached. NAR made changes to its policies based on that agreement. New administration happens. It was the Biden administration. They reopened the investigation into NAR policies, cooperation issues, compensation issues, brokerage commission, participation rule, all of the ones that as Realtor members you're intimately familiar with, and NAR said, wait a second, filed a lawsuit at the U.S. Federal District Court. I believe they're in D.C. They won at the district court level, and the district court said, look, DOJ, you have to be held to your agreements that you've made. It's kind of analogous to a contractual agreement to abide by the settlement terms. Victory for NAR. DOJ files an appeal to that district court decision. Bottom line, the appellate court in its federal court and two of the three justices that heard the argument, it reversed the lower court decision. What does that mean? That meant that the appellate court decision was that the DOJ could reopen its investigation that it had agreed to close. There was a really great dissent in that case that basically said it's like a contract and the government should be held to its agreements. NAR then, in response to that appellate court decision, said, no, we need to ask the U.S. Supreme Court to hold the federal government to its promises. In response, the NAR filed a petition to the court to review that appellate court decision. That leads us to the news today. There was a conference held on Friday. The U.S. Supreme Court today, this morning, Monday, January 13th, made the decision that it would deny NAR's request. To wrap it all up, what does this mean? Bottom line for our members, the current status is that the appellate court holding is in place and the DOJ is free to reopen its investigation. Will the DOJ reopen its investigation? We don't know. The present administration has 7 more days to get going on its investigation. We may or may not see that happen. We really truly don't know. But we'll have a new administration sworn in on January 20th. So, depending on who the heads of the DOJ are named, we'll have a new head of the DOJ itself. We'll probably have a new head of the antitrust division of the DOJ. So where this investigation, no one really knows. Stay tuned to all of your Illinois Realtors channels to stay up to date on the latest developments. We will certainly be tracking any new developments of interest to our members.